Hello, third devotion of mine, and I want to talk to you about what Esther said, something shocking. She said, "If I must die, I must die." What a statement that is. The scripture says, this is Esther 4:15 through 16. Esther then sent this reply to Mordecai: "Go and gather together all the Jews of Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. My maids and I will do the same. And then, though it is against the law, I will go to see the king. If I must die, I must die." Originally, Esther did not want to be a part of the solution to save her people. She was hesitant to approach the king in his inner court without permission, because to do so would risk her life. But then she came to this conclusion, that her life was worth the risk. She said, "If I must die, I must die." She had found a cause that was worth dying for. For Esther, the opportunity to save her people from genocide was worth her life. I want to encourage all of us to find a cause worth dying for, because you're not really living until you've found something that's worth dying for. Today, far from America, there are brothers and sisters that have risked their lives for the sake of the gospel. They have put their own lives at risk because they found something that was worth risking it all, a relationship with Christ. They found the pearl of great price. They found the treasure in the field. And they've decided that pleasing Christ is worth it, that any suffering we endure in this life is not worth the comparison of the glory that will be revealed to us. See Romans 8:18. In Syria, with the end of the Assad regime, Christians have marched the streets to protest the burning of churches and other violent persecution. Rather than cowering in intimidation, they've chosen boldness, not retaliation, but bold faith. This is a shining example and should inspire all of us. We may not be called to die for Christ physically, but we are all called to a lifestyle where we must die to self and take risks for God. The Apostle Paul shared this. He said, "My own self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." Galatians 2:20. Daily, we have the opportunity to die to self and choose a higher quality of life, the resurrected life, a life lived out by faith in the Son of God. Recently, my son moved to another apartment much closer than to the job he'd received. Instead of an hour drive, he would just have a few minutes to drive. He told me the friends who were going to help him fell off and wondered if I could help. It was a 3-hour drive from Augusta to his apartment, and the only time available to me was right after church on Sunday. After 2 church services, both the apartment we were moving from and the apartment he was moving to had 2 flights of stairs. That day, I died. I died to what I wanted to do, which was to lay on the couch and watch my Washington Commanders beat the Falcons and make it into the playoffs. And I did what my son needed. He's worth it. Have you found a cause worth dying for? Have you found your purpose? If not, start asking God. Think about joining our Next Steps class, and we can help you discover gifts which help you discover your purpose. Design reveals destiny. Find out something that is worth dying for, and then you will find out something that's worth living for. And friends, what I've found out is worth dying for is Him, He who gave His life for me. God bless. Have a great day.